Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and I did videos talking about what a Dragon Ball Super category, a Dragon Ball Z category, and a Dragon Ball GT category would look like, right? Like, I would say Dragon Ball GT is probably the biggest one where like that could be realistic, because Dragon Ball GT at this point could actually be like a runnable category team. I mean, there's now a lot of categories like Universe 6, Universe 11. Well, I mean, not really Universe 6, but Universe 11 right now, all those characters are basically only in the Universal Survival Saga, right? So, you know, there's things like that. So it's like they could definitely do Dragon Ball GT as a category while still also having like these sagas, right? Like Shadow Dragon Saga, which they've never really buffed too much, or, you know, something like, I don't know, the Baby Saga they could add, or the Super 17 Saga, something like that, right? Now, Dragon Ball Saga is in a little bit of a tricky spot in that they're morons with how they made it. They're absolute buffoons. So on JP, the Dragon Ball Saga, which is this one right here. No, that's Youth. Dragon Ball Saga is this one. No, Dragon Ball Saga is this one. Okay. On JP, this is the Boyhood Saga. Because it just goes basically from, you know, when Goku and Bulma meet in episode 1, all the way until when basically Goku defeats Demon King Piccolo, right? Because like Kami is right there, because of course Kami does sort of train Goku, right? Like you see Kami and Kid Goku interact, right? But then as soon as, you know, Goku and, you know, Piccolo Jr. show up at the tournament, those characters, right, are not actually on the category because, again, it's called the Boyhood Saga category on JP. But it's a clear mistake. They should obviously have done an actual just full-on Dragon Ball Saga category, right? Because right now, there's a bunch of units on here, right? So, I mean, Jackie Chun is already on the Dragon Ball Saga. It's characters that take place in the final tournament, right? So, Cyborg Tao is one. This Tien and Chaozu right there is another one, right? Of course, you have that Piccolo Jr., this Goku right here, and then there's a bunch of, like, SRs as well, right? Like, this SR Goku, this SR Krillin, this SR Yamcha. But it's just, like, adding all of those characters into the Dragon Ball Saga would actually make it a much more runnable team than the current version that we sort of get right here, which just doesn't really have, I just don't know what they were thinking, right? Like why they would do that. Like, you make it the entirety of Dragon Ball up until Raditz shows up. Because I would say there's a very good chance that this is like a dual Dokkan Fest at some point. Judging by how, like, the Japanese player base has received, you know, the one major Dokkan Fest we got from Dragon Ball previously, which was Kid Goku up here, judging by how Kid Goku was received on JP, I do think we could easily get a dual Dokkan Fest of these two that would sell very well. I don't know if Jackie Chun could necessarily get a Dokkan Fest. I don't know about him. I mean, Roshi from Dragon Ball could get something, right? So we did just get the LR Master Roshi from the Tournament of Power, but his name is just Master Roshi, so he has the same name as this Roshi right here. We also do have, there's a few cards in the game of Max Roshi Max Power right here. We could, I think, easily get an LR of this guy from Dragon Ball where he does the original Kamehameha to put out, you know, Fire Mountain, Frying Pan Mountain, or Mount Frying Pan, or whatever it is, when he does the Kamehameha to take that out. Like, that definitely, I think, could be a summonable LR. There are moments in Dragon Ball that they could do cards, legendary summons, and Dokkan Fest that I do think would be received rather well by the Japanese player base. I mean, Demon King Piccolo, I mean, let's just cut to the chase. Demon King Piccolo is the first, like, world-wiping type threat that they fight in the Dragon Ball series. And this is just not good enough, right? Like, Demon King Piccolo has this, and this. There's basically 4 cards for Demon King Piccolo, right? This guy who came out 500 years ago, and, like, with an easy A, this guy would be good. Like, look at that. Extreme class key 3 and 25% attack for, extreme class. Like, again, like, if you buff this to extreme class key 3, 30% attack and defense, and then he gives himself, like, 120% attack and defense or something like that, he could be a fairly interesting unit to run on villain variants of, like, full power. He'd be really good on Terrifying Conquerors, and then he could probably be solid on Revived Warriors as well, right? This King Piccolo, who came out along with that Dokkan Fest Kid Goku, unfortunately, I feel as though those units have aged already. I mean, I guess it has been 2 years since they've been out. But, like, this young Demon King Piccolo, people's eyes were bulging out of their skull when they saw the 200% attack. Oh, whoa! But it's like the boy has 13,200 attack, which is just, like, I don't want to say it's free-to-play level, but, like, free-to-play EZA units have around that level of attack, right? So this guy has aged rather quickly because of that. Then we have this guy who's another one of these OG, like, World Tournament units. I mean, these two are just, like, him and the tech one are basically just fodder at this point. And then we have the LR Demon King Piccolo, who's very good. He's definitely a really, really good free-to-play unit. But I think we need a young Demon King Piccolo Dokkan Fest. To me, that's the next thing we need from Dragon Ball Saga, is we need a young Demon King Piccolo Dokkan Fest. I think that's very important. And then again, we very easily could see these two turned into a dual Dokkan Fest. I think that would really enhance the Dragon Ball Saga category. Because, like, if we take a look at it, right? So here's the entirety. Like, I built this, right, while also adding in the characters from the tournament, which should not have been taken out. I feel as though if Dokkan they should just put out a notice in the news and say, like, yeah, we're just going to add all those World Tournament units, right? Now, it's not the biggest deal ever because, like, again, there's a bunch of, like, SRs down here that, SRs at this point, like, why do I even keep these guys? Like, I don't know, because they don't have access to the hidden potential system, so they're worthless, basically. Like, it's like they've released a couple of SRs that are decent, like Ox King right here, but he can't get the hidden potential system. He's not an SSR, so he's worthless, right? Like, that's the thing that holds some of these units back. I mean, the only real unit from that tournament worth a damn, honestly, is, I guess, this Tao is okay. I mean, this Chi-Chi's kind of fodder, honestly. It's like, it's stunning to me how easily it would be for them. I mean, especially, we're 6 years into the game now. It would be fairly easy, I think, for them to create good units for a lot of these characters. Like, look at the way they just did the LR, like, free-to-play Roshi, right? They just created the Prime Battle LR Fat Buu Umbabity unit that's really good. Like, that Prime Battle easily could have been some Dragon Ball-related thing, right? Like, I don't know, like a Tien and Chaozu, maybe from the World Tournament or something like that. Well, I guess Tien and Chaozu already do have an LR, right? But, like, you guys get what I'm saying, right? Like, they need to, like, really do something about getting a lot more Dragon Ball era characters in here. Because remember this Bulma? This free-to-play Bulma we were able to grind up back in the day, was this back in 2017? This Bulma was really good for, like, a lot of those free-to-play, like, like the Prime Battle Legendary Goku, Legendary campaign back then. Like, this Bulma was very clutch in that. So, like, they could definitely release, like, various, like, free-to-play units and stuff like that here and there to sort of make this a real, like, actually effective category, right? Make, like, a decent Yamcha. Like, look. Dude, Yamcha is on screen constantly in Dragon Ball. He's legitimately, like, within, like, a top 5 main character through, like, the first 100 episodes or something like that, right? And it's like, what Yamcha is there? There's this is the SSR for Yamcha and Puar. We also have, I mean, this is from the first World Tournament that Yamcha was a participant in, and this is from the one with Piccolo at it, right? Like, that's it for Yamcha from Dragon Ball. It's crazy. Like some of these units deserve a bit more respect. Like, Dragon Ball is the actual roots of the series. We need a little bit more there. And then, like, the entire Red Ribbon Army arc is almost completely, like, not represented at all. Same with, like, Fortune Teller Baba. Like, all those characters are all, like, day one, like, rares and ends and SRs and shit like that. Like, a lot of those characters should be given decent units. Like, Dokkan shouldn't be scared of its roots, right? Now, I would say, besides Demon King Piccolo, he probably is the character without a Dokkan Fest event that most deserves one? Probably. I mean, I'd probably have to go through the list and like see which characters, but I think Demon King Piccolo, characters that do not have a Dokkan event that deserves one, he's right up there. The other thing they could do, so again, we have this Dokkan Fest Kid Goku. Really, the rest of the Kid Gokus in the game are pretty fodder and completely irrelevant. This guy's pretty solid, but he's only an SSR. He was just one of these World Tournament Reward cards, right? So you have the Dokkan Fest Kid Goku, but I feel like we could get a Dokkan Fest exclusive Great Ape Kid Goku. I feel like obviously that would be instant top grossing. The other thing about Great Ape Kid Goku is that look at the amount of categories. This guy has so many different category teams, right? Like a Great Ape Kid Goku would be amazing. And like, okay, picture this being a Dokkan Fest character as good as like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, right? You drop a character of that strength onto Low Class Warrior, World Tournament, Giant, Dragon Ball Seekers, Youth, Dragon Ball Saga, Great Ape Power Turtle School. All those teams really badly need it. I mean, Pure Saiyan, Goku Family, and Kamehameha are fine, right? But the other 600 teams he's on could really use that. So, Dragon Ball, again, is so very underrepresented. There also are, like, I don't have a lot of them, but a lot of the Arales, like the AGL, the Ints, the STR, the physical Arales. The one Arale I do have is the... Wait, where is she? Is she not on the Dragon Ball Saga category? She might not be. What Arale? The Tech Arale, right? Tech Arale is really not on there? Huh. That's interesting. What about the Kid Goku? Yeah, am I dumb? Wait, what? Okay, I guess this Tech Arale just must not be on the Dragon Ball Saga category. Here, let me pull up Penguin Village Adventure real quick. Yeah, this one right here. She's not... Yeah, so she's not on Dragon Ball Saga. Interesting, but they count this Kid Goku as being on Dragon Ball Saga. Okay, a little quirky there. This is the one Arale card that I actually do have, right? I actually didn't even have her on my little Dragon Ball Saga list thing that I made right here. I think Arale probably should be added to it. Here, let me actually go ahead and add Arale to this real fast. Arale, where is she? There she is. Well, bam. There we go. Yeah. So like all of those as well, like all those Arale cards, like, I would say there's a fairly high chance that a lot of these Arale cards are not going to come back. You know, this Tao from the movie was one of those banner units. You know, this General Blue right here, who's fairly good because he has a really good chance of stunning. 70% chance of stunning right there. And then, of course, we also have, like, Sawa Man, and then there's also Obacha Man right here. Like, all these characters who came out 500 years ago. Yeah, November of 2016. Wow, so these characters were prior to the 2-year anniversary that they originally came out. But, like, you know, these characters, a buff for special pose and crossover and shit. We need that, man. Special pose? We need this boy over there. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of a Dragon Ball, like a full-on Dragon Ball Saga category. What I want them to do, again, is put a notice in the news, and then boom. Like, you know, all of the, like, that 23rd World Tournament cards are added into it, and we can actually, like, you know, be able to do this. There are actually... There's one more... Okay, so I don't have the full power Jackie Chun as well. That's another unit I just don't have. And the Grandpa Gohan I do. Isn't there another... What was the last... Oh, the Tien I did pull. I did have the Tien, but this full power Jackie Chun right here, max power Jackie Chun, is another character I don't have. He's actually pretty good. Kamehameha category support is really good, but it's a shame that they give a general Kamehameha support type unit that gives Ki, which is huge, but then he's like a World Tournament unit. It's very unfortunate, because this guy with an Awakening would actually be quite good, right? Because you'd have him as a floater, he'd be a support on Kamehameha, and then he'd be able to give himself defense on Super. So this guy's not bad, but it's just unfortunate that he is stuck in that Dragon Ball Saga banner, right? So, again, let me know what you guys think of Dragon Ball Saga. Again, Dokkan has not really given it much love at all, right? Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.